It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, they started the season 1-3. There were concerns about the quarterback's health. Those concerns are no longer concerns because, Dan, after winning 4 straight games, including the last 2 against San Francisco and the Bills, make no mistake about it, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are back.
Must be difficult to play that sport when you're a little hurt, huh? When you're playing for a month, a little bit hurt.
Yes. Looks like a different guy.
I mean, they look
the same
like,
guy.
They look like
right.
a different team
yes.
when he is not hobbled. Yes. It seems like a difficult sport to play if you're not 100%.
Yeah, correct. They ain't making size 34 waist like they used to. I tell you, man.
Put it on the poll,
It's
Juju.
like a 30.
Say no to, bro.
Pandemic.
34s are starting to feel like a 33.
Put it on the poll, Juju. Are they making 34 waists the way they used to?
It's my least favorite game to play. Does his suit still fit?
Report. Saturn losing its rings in 2025. Just a few years after Kevin Durant lost his. The Durant part wasn't part of the report. It was part of my report.
Yes.
Yep.
I got to tell you, like, when I hear of someone's tragic passing, my first thought is loss and sadness. My second thought, and it happens quite quickly, is I got to fit into a suit.
Put it on the poll, please, at LeBatard Show. Since the pandemic, are you afraid of your suit?
Are you?
It's like a gritted death punishment where I was asked, hey, do you have a black suit? And it was just like the chihuahua
Stugotz,
that's
why are you pretending like why are you wking at me?
Oh, I know.
Like, why are you
I'm laughing
pretending?
at all of us. What, like it's not happening to me?
I mean, I saw a photo of you in a golf cart.
I'm gross.
You were
They told me to
undulating.
stick out my stomach, Dad. I mean, for the picture. So I did. I'm fat. Is that what you're saying?
You were undulating.
I'm fat. Is that good? The undulating thing? What does it mean? 4-5, and suddenly it's all about the process for Dion. How'd that go in Philadelphia? Dan, you know what the P in Coach Prime stands for?
What's that?
It stands for process. Oklahoma State, Bedlam. That's all I got.
That's a strong effort from you.
Thank you. Mike Gundy said winning the final game of Bedlam was a, quote, big deal. It wasn't.
Can we put this on the poll? Has the last 15 years of Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State just been I'm a man, I'm 40? Like,
Yes.
has that been the signature moment they've had in a dozen years?
I think so. Yeah?
There was one other thing.
Yeah, it was like that OEM
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that's right. Lincoln Riley. Blah, blah, blah. That guy. He's got the same record as Clay Helton.
I mean, Washington seems to be good.
I don't know.
I mean, they seem...
Oregon seems to be good.
Well, but Washington...
Beat Oregon. I know. I saw that kid. Hey, Frankfurt. Wait until you get a whiff of Colts Patriots. Alabama. Lurking. Iowa Northwestern. We all lost. I feel more confident saying Alabama will be in the SEC championship game than I do Georgia. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. Alabama's schedule is easy. Georgia's got tough games. They do. They have Mississippi this week. They have Tennessee at Tennessee next week. Alabama.
I'm pretty sure I was betting South Florida in a game in the rain earlier this year that Alabama was playing in because I thought it was over. They didn't have a quarterback.
They eked one.
It was supposed
they
to be.
eked that one out.
They
yes.
didn't even eke it out, but it looked for 2 games like Alabama wasn't going to be Alabama. Now you're telling me because of their schedule, it's going to be an easy ride to the postseason.
And they're good. Like Milrow's gotten a lot better. They're good.
I mean, LSU has allowed that to every team they've played this year, every single one.
Yeah. I propose we skip the Big Ten championship game. The Dolphins' offense only works on this continent. In fact, it might only work in Miami.
That's what Chris Cody said. He said he liked Miami's chances all year in the United States.
Another week, another 17 emails from Rocco Mediate. You heard it here first, Dano. The Celtics are going to win 70 games. How about that? You agree?
Is this the first place that's been said? I think people think that if they're healthy,
I haven't heard it.
Overwhelming. Okay, you're the
70?
First.
Has someone attached the number to it?
70's a lot. 70 seems unlikely. 70 means only 12 losses.
Right. Wait, it does? Downgrade that to 65.
There have been,
maybe.
like 3 teams ever that have done that?
The Celtics are good, man.
Okay.
I mean, Dan, historically good. They're going to be historically good. You disagree, huh?
See what's going on with Memphis?
They haven't won yet, still?
I think they finally won. Yeah,
Really?
last night against the Blazers. The Marcus Smart thing's not going so great.
Well, they're waiting for Morant to come back, right?
There have been 2
It's a big
teams
one.
to ever win 70 games. The Chicago Bulls 95-96, the Golden State Warriors 2015.
And the 23-24 Celtics,
All right.
All right, you are first, Stugotz.
Thank
Consider
you.
it noted.
right?
I think Simmons has already beaten you into this. I think Simmons
Really?
is
Damn it.
having real conversations about greatest top 5s ever.
Okay.
Really?
Greatest starting 5 in the conversation.
Good starting 5, man. Al Horford's on the bench. Big Al. 20 for 30. 185 yards. Patrick Mahomes. The Alex Smith is strong in you.
But he said after the game, we're going to get this offense fixed. I promised you. And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of sounded like a threat.
They're 7 and
If
2.
they get it fixed with that defense.
I
man.
promise you, they are going to figure it out too.
He has played in 103 games. The last 2 are among the worst he has ever had. They've won one of them and are 7 and 2.
He had the flu.
He's got no help on the outside.
Sounds
None.
fluky.
Well, their receivers, Stugotz, what were the top of those stat lines yesterday?
The SpongeBob joke.
The top of the receivers, the top receivers for the Chiefs were all people who had 30 yards in the game. That was brutal watching Kansas City win that game.
It was, yes.
Constipated.
It was Noah Gray with 3 catches for 34 yards. Sky Moore, 2 catches, 33.
Do you know how hard it is to hold Kelsey to 3 catches for whatever it is, 17 yards?
When that's the strategy, hey, let's let the other guys eat.
Yeah.
And the other guys eat to the total of like 30 yards here and there.
It was 3 catches, 14 yards for Kelsey.
Miami being
Ridiculous.
viewed as a fraud because Kansas City won that way is a fairly amazing thing to watch happen.
Kansas City's defense, I think, should be the talking point.
Yes.
It can't be, correct? It simply cannot be.
Ever.
It won't be. We're too in love with offense. It's not going to be defense around the league is slowing offense everywhere, and Kansas City's got an elite defense. It won't be that.
I don't want to be overreactionary to the defenses having their time right now, but I do think come the postseason, if these defenses keep playing this kind of way, then Stugotz is going to talk himself into Jets winning the AFC.
Have you seen a lot
Almost
of
there.
a lot of Hill defended with Snead pressing him at the line that way? Have you seen a lot of that done
Yeah, I
successfully?
think there were like 2 highlights of him getting jammed there, but like the doubling and the high safeties, that's how you make Tyreek Hill a decoy.
Tyson Bagent can scoot. Special Bagent. Need my music. I've deliberated for 9 weeks, and the jury is in, Dan.
It's in?
Jordan Love sucks.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
Yeah, not good.
You've been wrong 4 different ways on Jordan Love. You've almost been wrong as many times on Jordan Love as I've been on Josh Allen. Every time
You're
say,
right again now,
I know. Well, I'm wrong again. I'm not right again. I'm wrong again. What happens with Josh Allen is amazing. It is week to week, and now he's a reckless quarterback who can't be trusted anymore. As soon as I said that the reckless had been coached out of him, and Brian Daboll was a genius.
Jordan Love was fine yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you rate that Saturday?
Yeah.
Jordan Love was just okay.
Just okay, Billy.
Just okay.
They got the win. I understand what you're saying, but he was just okay. He's not good.
He beat Brett Ripien.
There's another guy starting.
That was hard. Yes, we're down.
There's always going to be a Ripien quarterbacking somewhere, right?
Always, yes.
Is there a third? Is there a third?
The
Ripien?
daughter was a quarterback in the Legends Football League for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, put it on the poll, please, Juju, at LeBatard Show. Is there always going to be? I think it's also Rippin, isn't it? It's not Ripien, it's Rippin.
It's Rippin, yeah. Mark Rippin.
That's okay. Jessica and Mike are both scurrying to find the music. Everyone is wandering around the studio, bumping into each other. But keep going. Power on, Stugotz. We're almost to the end.
It was nice to not see the Lakers on the schedule on a Sunday night. I hope LeBron enjoyed a nice day of football and a big Sunday night family dinner.
What a weird take.
It
by
is.
you.
Taysom Hill, 11 carries, 52 yards. 1 of 1 passing for 3 yards and a tutty. 4 catches, 13 yards, and another tutty. You know what Taysom Hill did, Dan?
A little bit of everything.
Wow, he did. You got it.
Amazing.
Oh, my God.
Amazing that I could correctly
Holy
predict
cow.
you putting in a maximum effort on which cliche to choose.
The Cardinals had 58 yards of total offense. One might say the Cardinals' offense was out of tune.
Well done.
Thank you. Death, taxes, and Chris Myers on the call for Taylor Heineke and Josh Dobbs. Myers lives there,
I
man.
feel so bad for him. It's been a good career in that lane.
Yeah.
With the 6th best game of the week.
Yep. Wrigley Field was too good of a venue for Iowa Northwestern. Wrigley deserved better. The friendly confines. You can't have enough guys like Joshua Dobbs on your team.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I thought if that position is measured by winning, that Joshua Dobbs has had some difficulty with that.
Can't have too many of them.
Okay.
The Mayfield-Dobbs scrambles at the same time, roughly 4 p.m. Eastern, were the greatest 2 scrambles in different games at the same time in NFL history.
If I have 2 Dobbses, I don't have a quarterback.
You can't have enough Dobbses.
But if you have
Right.
3 Dobbses, you don't have a quarterback. Your lifelong cliche is if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one.
It just the character is what I'm talking about. Joshua Dobbs. Just always
I'm
there.
with Stu.
Yeah. Need a guy like that. CJ Stroud, congratulations on the rare combo of arriving and having a breakout game all on the same day. Incredible.
Don't those normally happen?
I don't
like
know.
that?
Will Levis. Might be something there.
I think that's how people arrive with a breakout game. Otherwise, they would have arrived before the breakout
Maybe.
game. What do you mean maybe?
My notes.
But it's the same thing.
You're right.
It's not the same thing,
Semantics.
Jessica.
That's not the same.
It's not semantics.
Completely
We agree to disagree.
What do you? But it's not. You arrive with a breakout game. You don't arrive with 2 points, 2 rebounds. You don't arrive. Never mind.
Hey, Chiefs, beat him on the road. Dan, do you know what the C in CJ Stroud stands for?
Clutch.
Good guess, but it stands for Canton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you upgraded him to Canton.
I did.
He made 6 throws yesterday that I'd put in Canton. 6.
It's the quickest
I'd
anyone's
send
ever
them.
gotten to Canton.
I'd send them right away. I'd just send video of them.
Okay. If the NBA Cup is happening, but no one cares that it's happening, is it really happening?
They put the kicker on the screen in black and white. You tell me he doesn't look like Lou the Toad Groza. You tell me
Oh, my God.
that is not a picture taken in 2023. That is not what tried to knock off Georgia. That kick is awfully low to the ground. That's totally getting blocked. That's not a good kick.
Dan, the T in Tyler Van Dyke stands for terrible. The V stands for very bad. The D stands for dreadful. Oklahoma State won the final edition of Bedlam. You know what that means, Dan?
I do not.
It means the Cowboys had the last laugh.
Oh, nice.
Nick Sirianni looks like Philadelphia. Notre Dame Clemson, the rare win-win for Jessica Smetana. Smetty.
But one of the teams lost.
I wanted Notre Dame to win, too.
Hey, Tyler from Spartanburg, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. The Raiders are better without Josh McDaniel. If somebody doesn't start throwing footballs Devontae Adams' way, there's going to be a real problem. He's getting pissed.
The Jets almost traded for him. They tried to trade for him.
They're going to get him. Washington and USC scored more points in one game than Iowa has in its last 6. The Hawkeyes, death, taxes, and Steve Spagnuolo. Spags.
Still out there.
Winning games, kicking ass.
Blitzing.
Kansas City Chiefs. Defense wins championships. Ish Smith is a Hornet. Shocking. The O in Oklahoma stands for out of the playoffs. Cowboys, Eagles, game of inches. Deion Sanders said, you better get me right now. And since he said it, everyone has gotten him right now. 2-6 Army beat 8-0 Air Force. You know what happens when those two teams get together, right, Dan?
Thank you for your service.
You can throw that, and you can throw out the record
Throw
books.
out the record
Well
books.
done. You're on your game, man.
That was the most shocking result of the weekend.
Yeah.
I thought Air Force was supposed to be good.
They are good.
You don't beat the Chiefs in Frankfurt. Who the hell's Clayton Tune? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.